Hey everyone, welcome back. I wanted to do a video about my street car, we'll call it. In my first video, I talked about this car. I sat in front of this car and I showed you the car, and I gave some details about it, a little more than I wanted to. I tend to just start babbling away. But this video will be about the car itself. I'll give you mostly the rundown of everything that's happened over the life. October of this year, I've owned it for 4 years. It's been built for 3, let's put it that way. We'll say built for 3. I've had a bunch of issues over the time, but hey, anybody knows you build a car, you're gonna have issues eventually. So this video, I'm just gonna give you the rundown of the car, parts on it, what it does, what I have had happen over the last 3 years, good and bad, and we'll go from there. So let's get to work. Yellow, as you can see, 2006 Z06. Great cars, dream of mine, always has been. The yellow means something to me. In my first video, I think I touched on it, but my grandfather always wanted a yellow Corvette. Unfortunately, he was never able to obtain one. Now, he was born in 1934, passed away in 2004, so this car wasn't even out then. He wanted an older one. I'm not sure exact year, 60, 70, something like that, but it had to be yellow. So growing up, I saw these cars. I love these cars. So I got the yellow for him, which I like yellow. Yellow and black looks good. Got the yellow for him as a tribute to him, and I just put my spin on it. I got my dream Corvette. Obviously, the ZR1 is king, but you can't go wrong with the Z06. Especially heads cam Z06. They sound amazing. They run amazing. They're strong. They're reliable. So that's why I have this car. Now, over the years, I have done a lot, and recently I've done a lot more. So, basis. Bought it October 4 years ago. Got the car. The car was completely stock except for it had a Haltech intake, and the exhaust mod in the back where they cut the mufflers open was modified. Besides that, the car was completely stock wheels and everything. So everybody knows about these cars, LS7s, they have valve issues. I love to do my own work. I'm a mechanic through and through. I've grown up with my dad in the driveway. We built his car, lifted his trucks, built cars, did all kinds of stuff. I've been a Ford technician for the last, 12 and a half years now. So I usually do 99.9% of my work. Body work, I don't do. Can't do it. I've tried multiple times. It looks horrible. I'm sure if I spend more time, whatever. So I give body work to people. Body shops do that, but I do all the mechanical work. But at the time, I didn't have the space or really the time to do anything heads cam or any of that. So I dropped the car off to Race Proven Motorsports in Delaware. They've been around forever. They do great work all over. I mean, you Google Race Proven Motorsports in Delaware, there is thousands of cars by them by now. And so I took it to them for their, we'll call it a modified stage 4, because their stage 4 is heads cam, Mamo MSD, throttle body injectors, long tubes, and all that. Well, I found a decent deal on Marketplace for a set of Corsa long tubes, no X-pipe, and then I found a set of LG Motorsports long tubes and X-pipe. I bought both sets. The reason I used the Corsa long tubes because they were 1 7/8. They were bigger than the LGs. I sold the LGs to a gentleman. I used the X-pipe. I made them work. Looking back, they say hindsight's 20/20. I wish I just would have bought a complete kit together or just let RPM put their American Racing headers on it. My header to X-pipe connection is not the greatest. It works. Doesn't look the greatest. Doesn't fit perfectly, but it works. And it's been on the car for a little over 3 years now, actually. And I haven't had any single issue with them, but it doesn't fit perfectly, which annoys me sometimes when I got to take it on and off, which I have done a lot. So we got basically yellow car. I two-toned it. I had the roof wrapped and the halo wrapped black. I mean, it looks great. It looks great on every car. The all yellow looks good too, but just two-tone black just makes it look great. It's got welds on it. I bought the set of the rears first, which they might have been on in my first video. In the back, I got a set of welds, RTS 71s, common wheel. And then in the front, I got the same thing. The front, I did not go skinnies. Don't want skinnies. Maybe if I'd swap them out, put them on the track or something. Like if I was drag racing on a track, I might swap out for skinnies. But for driving on the street, I didn't want a skinny. I don't want it. It's a normal size, 18 by 10 wheel. Back, I got 17 by 11s. I got Mickey Thompson ET Street R's on it. I went with a 26-inch tire because from all my time on the social media and Google and everything with these cars, apparently with the gearing and the transmission and the rear end and stuff, the 26 tall tire is the way to go. Most people run the 28-inch, the 305, 45s, but I went with a 26. I kind of like it. I kind of don't. I'm a 50-50 on it at times. but supposedly that's the way to go with the gearing to make these cars as fast as you can make them. We'll just go with the interior first. The interior, I mean, it's a stock car. It's stock seats, stock. The only thing is the steering wheel. That was another thing on the car. It's the Alcantara one. I'm assuming it's from like the Centennial Edition or something. That was on the car when I got it. That's obviously swapped out because also the steering wheel controls don't work. So I don't really care. Just reach over to the radio. I did put an MGMW shifter with the race knob in it. I did that. Besides that, I mean, the interior is pretty much stock. Stock seats, stock other stuff. So that's pretty much it. I've always wanted to do more stuff with this car interior-wise, but I will let you know that after I will give you a little quick peek of the future. After trying to put the race seats in this track Vette I bought, I'm leaving my stock seats. I might go stock C7 seats or maybe C8 seats because they fit in these cars, and you just bolt them in, plug them in, and roll. But trying to fit race seats, I'm a bigger gentleman. Doesn't really work, you know. I had to cut some things and do some things, and trying to keep factory door panels in a factory car and get seats that would fit me, I don't think I'm going to do that anymore on these. So I really like the C7 competition seats. They bolt directly in. There's jumper harnesses to plug them in. Maybe if I feel like spending $4,000 on a set of seats, eventually I will, but not at the moment. This car is going to stay. I might do some more cosmetic things like a different wing in the back or something, but this car is pretty much going to stay the way it is. My new time and money and hobby is going to be in the track Vette, which I will show you in a later video, but it's pretty much the same car. So we come over here to where the goods are. There's the engine bay. A lot of time in this engine bay. So, basis, heads cam, Frankenstein heads, Memo ported Memo SD, injectors, Nick Williams 102, Haltech, Corsa long tubes, you know, made 630 wheel. It's a fun car, blast, I love it. I drove it, no issues. The only issue I had with this car, and I kind of starting to have it again, is the hot start issue. I replaced the starter, kind of fixed it, and then there's a guy on social media who sells the big wire upgrade, so I did that, and I actually deleted the factory wire from the fuse box to the starter because it's so tiny and melted. And then it was great for 2 years. But recently, after the recent rebuild, I think I had the headers wrapped. And then some things happened, so I took that off, and I had them coated by a local guy, and to be honest with you, I don't think the coating's that great. I think it's just more painted than anything. They look good. I don't know how much heat protection it's really doing, so I think my starter, I found out that the C7 starter with the heat shield and everything apparently is the way to go. So it looks like I'll be investing in that in my near future, but the car runs and drives fine now. I mean, I drive it. It'll start when it's hot, but it cranks really slow, and it makes me paranoid because of my past experiences with this car. So, True Focus Fab, you know, I got their coolant bottle because it looks good. My friends make fun of me. I care about looks a lot on this car. So, the plastic tank I didn't really care for. I got their power steering reservoir as well. Everything is heat wrapped and makes it look nice. Try to keep it clean. I got the Quartz Performance rad mounts. They fit. I don't know if it's because I have a Mishimoto radiator and that's why they didn't fit perfectly, but I had to MacGyver them a little bit, but they fit. I mean, solid. I haven't had any issues. They've been on there 800, 900 miles now, and they look great. I like showing off the radiator a little bit instead of that factory plastic one. And we'll go, you know, it's plastic, it breaks, doesn't look good. So we go over here. I put black badges on the car. They just look better than the factory ones, and the little yellow Chevy symbol poking through. I got the LG Motorsports tow hook and then the ZL1 add-on. It unfortunately had to get used. So flawless, worked great, pulled the car right up on the rollback, no issues whatsoever. Gentleman was a little nervous about it, but I told him it's bolted to the frame, we're good to go. Over here, you know, I got Mishimoto, catch can, all my stuff. I have ANN lines that I made because I have the Motion Racework valve covers. I'll have to insert some pictures, but the coils are relocated behind the fenders. I love the way the engine bay looks, but let me tell you what. When you melt that spark plug wire a couple days before you want to go to a show with your friends and you have to rip half the car apart to replace it, then it'll hurt. It'll make you cry on the inside. But I love it. It cleans the engine bay up, shows off those fancy valve covers. I like it. It's cleaner. I can tell you one thing, the new car will not have that. They will be on the valve covers like normal, just the engine bay. There's not much to this car. It's a heads cam. So, Well, we'll get into the story of what had happened. So here's what had happened to this car. I was driving home from Corvettes of Carlisle, okay? First time I've been to Corvettes of Carlisle many times, many times. Never took the car. I've owned the car for 4 years now. My girlfriend always looks at me and goes, why aren't we taking the car? I'm like, I don't know. I take my truck in case I buy parts. I have somewhere to take them home. I don't have to make multiple trips. Last August, decided to go. I was like, let's do it, you know? Last minute, it's nice weather. We took the day and let's go spend it. So we went up there after sitting in the traffic in the line to get into the gate, which was horrible, by the way. Next time, anybody, I recommend buying online, prepaid tickets. And you stop that sticker on the windshield and you just go right in. So we get there, we enjoy the day. It's hot. We look at everything, you know, take a picture with the cars. I'll show some pictures here and there throughout this clip. I will post pictures up so you can see. I've taken a lot of pictures. That's one thing. The camera, not so much, but between Instagram and other stuff, taking pictures, I can do that. Working on something, pictures. Going somewhere, pictures. Carrying the camera around, talking to it, looking at it, I struggled a little bit with that. So we left Carlisle in the evening. We're coming through town, you know, and we're at a light, so I stop. Light turns green. We're turning left. I go left. About 3/4 of the way through the left turn, I felt with and it kind of heard like a pop. And my clutch pedal immediately went to the floor, immediately. And I looked at her and I was like, well, I guess we're going to have to tow this home. We're going to have to call a tow truck. So we were in traffic. I was able to still enough roll the car. I got it off on the side of the road and obviously I had no clutch. So I yanked it into neutral so the car would actually not stall out. Shut the car off. I looked at her and then I just happened to look back and I see smoke coming out the hood. So I looked over at her and I said, look, get out of the car, call 911. I don't know what's going to happen here soon. Get everything you can out of the car, but make sure you're far enough away. Or parked in front of a building on the side of a curb in the town. There's trees beside me. There's businesses. I didn't know what to do. Kind of panicked, you know, and it's your dream car. So you're like, ah. So I get out, I open the hood, and I see a little bit of a flame. Where the clutch line rides against the body, from the master to the slave cylinder, it turns from metal to rubber. The rubber popped. Heat. It's old. I've seen this on social media. I actually had it on the list this past winter to be replaced and fixed. I just couldn't make it that far. So there's a little bit of flame. I'm trying to blow it out. Didn't really work. I mean, I just, first thing I thought of. So I looked up, lady walking by. I yelled at her, hey man, do you have a bottle of water? I said, my car's on fire. If you have a bottle of water, any liquid, I'll take it. I don't care. I'll buy you a new one. She didn't, but she took a couple steps and she went into this door there and I didn't realize there's a restaurant right there. So she yelled into the door, hey, do you guys have a fire extinguisher? Car's on fire. Well, I followed her in the door and the workers were like, what's going on? And I was like, my car's on fire. I need a fire extinguisher or anything, a bucket of water. So the gentleman that owns the business grabbed 6 bottles of Deer Park water out of the fridge, threw them at me, and said, hey, let's get this. So we run out, and there's still a little flame, but it's not much. We soaked the spot of the car with water. I mean, within seconds, it was out. Felt like forever. My heart's pounding. She's on the phone. So next thing you know, fire trucks show up. I'll have some pictures I can post. Fire trucks show up, lock the scene down. They get out. They get their fancy heat gun, which they showed me, which is really cool, by the way. It's just a fancy thermal gun, but this thing was huge. The only thing warm was really the headers. Everything else, the car's out. So now I have to assess the situation and move on. So I call for a ride. I didn't want to leave the car on the side of the road. I care about this car too much. I couldn't do it. The gentleman at the business said, we have a parking lot out back. You just have to push it around the block, which I didn't feel like doing. So we called a friend of mine. She was coming to get us. I work at a Ford dealer locally, so we know people. We called the tow truck driver. He said he's a little bit farther away, but he'll get to us. So we sat down, took a breath, slowed down. The hood's open. I kept peeking at the car, making sure nothing was reigniting or anything. But I was stressing. I mean, I almost just, one, I was worried about I just lost my dream car. And as long as we're okay, you know, I can buy another one. It is what it is. But there's buildings around, trees. I didn't want to burn down a whole city block. So I'm trying to catch my breath, slow down. Then the restaurant owner comes out. They have smash burgers, which are really great, by the way. Gave us 2 smash burgers, some fries, and 2 sodas. And they said, don't want any money, eat this and calm down. Went back in his business. Looking back, if it wasn't for that business owner, this car probably wouldn't be here because it probably would have stayed on fire. And he made me eat in a time when I was freaking out. So I ended up throwing money at him in his tip jar and ran out. He wouldn't take it. He tried to chase me and give it back to me. I told him no. So tow truck driver shows up, pulls it up onto the tow truck, and we actually took it to my work and dropped it off in the parking lot. I felt way better. was like, oh, it's safe. You know, I'm in a parking lot off the side of the road. I'm at a place that I know very well. We're good to go. Well, being me and what this car means to me, I'm talking about the whole way home. So what ended up happening was the great group of friends I have. I'm gonna tell you right now, I have a great group of friends that I do car stuff with, and they helped me that night. We came home, got my truck and trailer. There was like 5 or 6 of us. I don't remember. We drove all the way up there, got the car, pushed onto the trailer because I don't have a winch on my trailer. Unfortunately, I need to do that. Got the car home and helped me unload it in my shop. And by the time it was all said and done, I think, and they left here, it was like 1 a.m. But they all helped me out. If it wasn't for them, I don't know. I mean, I would have made it through. The car would have sat outside at my work and I would have got it, but I was stressing and they knew that. So, one, we had a great night doing it. It was a lot of fun. And we got the car home safely, but they went way out of their way, and I thank every single one of them for it. They've been great the whole time. Got the car home safe, and I pushed it in the corner, and it sat there. I could have fixed it. I had time. I had the money. I had the parts. I had this. I had that. I just didn't have the drive. Like, it hurt me after that. I was like, man, I had to, like, slow down. I had to take some time. I really wasn't really worried about it. I'll get to it. Just one of those things. Push it off. Well, it finally got to the point where I took Tyler C5 to work to inspect it for him, and I drove his car, and I was like, man, I got to get my car back on. And then they started doing stuff. The weather started getting decent. I'm like, So we put it on the lift. We pulled the entire powertrain out, the entire thing, engine, trans, torque tube. I threw a SK, twin disc monster clutch in it, billet sleeve from Tick Performance. I also put their adjustable master cylinder in it. I heat wrapped everything. I will put pictures up, but the entire bottom of the car with DEI, heat insulation, I wrapped everything I could think of. I even have some leftover heat stuff from work that we get for some of the warranty repairs with transmissions. I put 4 parts on a Chevy, sue me, whatever. But I made it work, and it looks great, and it's operational. We got the headers coated, even though I really don't think it does anything, but it looks good. What else did I do? I think that was it. Oh, solid AMT, diff mounts, solid motor mounts. Vibrate a good bit. You can feel it. It's a good bit of NVH, but I love it. Makes it feel like it feels great. I like it. I think I'm getting used to it. Either I'm getting used to it or they're wearing in a little bit and it's not as bad. In the torque tube, I did all new bearings. I did a solid tick bushing in the back. Well, I guess it's not really a bushing if it's solid billet piece and the coupler in the back. I did the factory rubber one in the front. Just from what I've seen on the internet, from guys talking, that's the way to go. If you go solid on both ends, you can feel the car shifting a lot more. And they said it's just weird for a street car, so I just left it alone. Now, the track car will probably get both billet unless I do a one-piece drive shaft. But I love it. It feels great, shifts great, no issues. I resealed the top of the transmission where the reverse lockouts, all I know it is, that box leaks. So new O-rings, new sensors. I fixed my reverse lights because the sensor went out like 3 years ago, and I just never did it. Cleaned everything up. I power washed the car underneath. I washed the subframes, fixed oil pan gasket. My oil pan gasket was leaking. I fixed that. Just went over everything, like nut and bolt. Really just changed every single fluid in the car. Coolant, power steering, brake, transmission, rear diff. It was all changed, all cleaned up. Solid car now. I'm not really... The hot start issue is coming back a little bit. Besides that, runs great, drives great. I feel safe driving it now because, I mean, if it catches on fire now, then it was meant to catch on fire because I overdid the heat wrap. I mean, I heat wrap. So, hoping I'll never have this issue again. But modifying cars, man, anything could happen. All it takes is one little oopsie and things just happen. It is what it is. I'm starting to see that. It's also why I'm getting to the point where I'd like more. Who doesn't want more? 1,500 horsepower. But I'm seeing to the point where 630 is fun. It's fun on the street. Good enjoy it with my friends. More power, more problems. And I don't want more problems. I got enough problems. I don't want to deal with anything else. So pretty much that's just the rundown of this car. I mean, I love the car. It's a great car. I'd recommend anybody. Anybody that's into these cars and wants to go buy one, do it. You know, buy that Corvette. Enjoy life. Have fun, you know. I buy 2 Corvettes because that was better than 1. 2. So, but we'll pretty much end this video off here. It's just a basic rundown of the car. I love the car. It's probably going to stay this way. I mean, you might see it on the channel here and there, driving it, going to events. I do have, the track car came with a ZR1 wing on the back. That might go in this car. And then it might get blacked out to match the roof. Might black out the mirrors. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that. Some people like it, some people don't. But I think this car is going to stay the way it is. I don't think I'm going to change much. Possibility of 15-inch conversion in the back eventually, just because I love the rear of these cars with a 15-inch wheel and a fat tire. Looks great. But to be honest, besides that, I think this car is going to be left alone for a while. It's going to be driven and enjoyed. Now, the hot start issue, I think I'm going to get a C7 starter, the heat shield, pull that header off on that side and redo all that for a little bit just to see if that helps. But that'll be a winter project. I'll get through this year and I'll worry about it this winter when I can take the header off, take my time, and not have to worry about, hey, it's nice out, let's drive the cars today, and then I don't have a car. So that'll be a winter project when there's a foot of snow on the ground and I know this car won't get driven. But besides that, I think I'm just going to leave the car alone, which is weird for me to say my entire life because every car I've ever owned, I've never got to a point where I'm done with it. But I'm not done with the car. I just think with that car is where it's going to be all my time and energy and the stuff. But we'll talk about that in the next video. I'll give you the rundown on that car. But street car, that's what I'm calling it, street vet. If you hear me say street vet, this is the car I'm referring to. I'm going to go have fun, enjoy time with my friends, and my nephew loves it. So it's just going to be that. That's all it is. I don't plan on doing much more to it. If I ever want to go down the rabbit hole of 1,600 horsepower, Procharger, twin turbo or something, I think I'll pick up another car and do it with another car because this car, my first one, it means too much to me, and I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And then we'll just end it there, call it a day, enjoy the car together. So thanks for tuning in. I'm trying, this is an update video, just give you a basic rundown of this car. And then into the next video, we'll hopefully have a basic rundown of the track vet that is coming onto the channel. That's going to be fun. And I'm hoping to have a lot of content out with that. I noticed when I looked up some stuff on the street car behind me, there wasn't really many how to do videos. I met this gentleman on a C6 page and we messaged back and forth on Facebook and we were talking about how to take the transmission out of one of these. And he's like, there's videos out there, but it's not that detailed. So I think if I have to take the transmission out of Michaela's car back there and put a new clutch in it, I think I'm going to try to do a more detailed how-to video to try to help people out. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that could probably do it themselves if they could visually see it. I know I'm a visual learner, so that helps a lot. But I think I'm going to try to do more not really how-to, but show more in detail what I'm doing and ways around things. So that way there's more out there. I feel like there's a lot of content of throwing parts on cars and racing them and having fun with them, which is great. I love doing that too. But I think I'm going to be more of a technical side of it, more of a mechanical side of it, showing how to do it, what I do, more parts get put on, show you it, running into issues like right now. I got the track vet seats don't really fit. So we'll go over that in the next video, but I think we're going to end her here. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for working with me. Have a good one.